Well, hello, little mamas. We are coming to you live from the brand new Royal Caribbean ship Star of the Seas from Florida and the Bahamas. And we were asked to come on the cruise to talk about the amazing attributes of this ship. So you're going to hear a whole lot of stuff in the background because we're currently recording in the Aqua Dome, which is a beautiful space full of light with the most amazing windows. And we're in these cute little pods, but there is action happening behind us. So we're just going to have to push on through. Now, this week we have packed so much into being on the ship, and we have met some amazing influencers from around the world and Australia. And so we're recording some podcasts today with a mother and daughter duo just like us here at Move Over Mama. You might know them as Mum Pack Travel, Evie and her teenage daughter Emily. And between them they have visited a lot of the world, written for magazines, gone viral on social media, and inspired many, many families to travel. So Emily writes from a teen perspective and Evie from the mum perspective, and a single mum as well, and she has been traveling for many, many years. There's been some hilarious viral moments like what strangers have said to her overseas, and they're on board Star of the Seas with us right now. So let's dive on in. Do you like what I did there? And let's talk about cruising, travel, and how they became and made it a career, really.
Yeah.
So welcome, Evie and Emily.
Hi. Thanks so much for having us. We're thrilled to be here.
Yes. Yeah, I'm really excited because we've got our little group happening. We've got like the twins, you guys. We can travel the world together, honestly.
Yeah, I think we should make it happen.
No, definitely.
Yeah. And I should say that a bit naughtily, but this is very cruisy, but we've been drinking champagne because when you're on a cruise, alcohol never ends. So cheers. And you girls can have your mocktails later.
Oh, yes. Strawberry daiquiris all the way.
Exactly.
So maybe Millie, I'm going to move on over.
Yes, please do, Mama. So the question I'm going to ask you first is, how did you both get into traveling to make it a career?
Well, Em and I started traveling when she was very young, so I've always traveled. I love it. I feel like you just get so much out of it, and it's just such a really special thing to do with your life, to have experiences in other countries. When just after Emmy was born, her dad and I separated, and I became a solo mum. And it was quite challenging for me to be able to balance everything, to be able to work and earn the income that I needed, and also to be able to spend time with Em. And since I loved traveling so much, I thought the best way that I could make everything work was for us to actually go traveling together full time. So I quit my job. I pulled Em out of school. She just turned six. And rented out my house, and we packed up a backpack and we took off together. Yeah. And
where'd you go?
We went to the Philippines first. So I said that we'd go for a year, and it ended up being quite a few years that we traveled around through Asia. And over that period, I think, this is about 10 years ago now, so social was just really taking off, and I think we just built an audience really organically. And then also, because my background is journalism, I was writing articles, and some of them they're really viral, and I guess we just built up an audience that way. So it was very organic, and we were really fortunate. I think we were in the right place at the right time for that to happen.
I have two questions. What did your family think of you packing up your life and traveling with a little girl on your own?
My parents, when I think about it, because sometimes when I look back, I'm just amazed, and I think, how did I do that? How did I have the courage to actually do what even now to me seems like such a huge thing? And I'm sure my parents were sad for, especially Em, to be away from them. But they were just so supportive, which is really incredible. They didn't put pressure on me at all to not do it. But I don't know if they actually believed that it would happen when I first told them. So maybe they just were kind of going along with it, thinking that it was just an idea. But then we were off.
And then, Em, my question for you, travelling from 6, what do you remember?
I remember bits and pieces of everything. I remember just camping on the Great Wall of China, core memories I'll never forget. But I just remember it was an amazing experience just the whole time. It was,
How did your school take it, and how do you manage school and traveling?
Well, I'm very fortunate. I have a very good school, and they appreciate how I'm writing and how my mum's a single mum, that I need to go on this, and that they're very good with I need to take time off school, and they're very in on what I'm doing. So it's really good, and I think I'm always kind of on top of my schoolwork, so I can kind of manage that as well as being overseas and having those type of experiences.
Do you have to do schoolwork on trips?
Sometimes I try to keep up a little bit and try to do some schoolwork on my computer, but most of the time I'm really just enjoying it and kind of catching up more like when I'm home than overseas.
And I think that's a really big point to make, is that the life experiences that you get from traveling, I think in many ways far outweigh other experience that you could be having when you compare, I think, to sitting at a school desk all day to being out and about learning about other cultures and having these incredible experiences that really help form your character. I mean, we're of course very into school, but I think we can acknowledge that a lot of the time, especially when kids are younger, they're at school for a long period of time, but the work that you need to do is just a couple of hours a day. And we found that when we first went traveling, we did distance education, and really that's all Em needed to do, was just a couple of hours today. I mean, you know, we needed to do a couple of hours a day, but honestly, a lot of the time it didn't get done, and it was probably one of the most challenging parts of traveling together. Yeah, but I think the experiences and the things that Em's learnt and how travel has really shaped her character is invaluable.
Well, we're here on the ship Star of the Seas. So how did that all happen for you guys, and how does it work? Because you get invited as travel writers.
Yeah, so I write for a number of different publications. For this trip, I'm writing a story for Mamma Mia, so I contribute to Mamma Mia. So I'm invited on board as a journalist, so I'm writing. But because we also have a social presence, I'm doing a lot of social as well. But essentially, it's as a journalist, which I think is absolutely fabulous. I'm really fortunate that Em's also doing some travel writing from a teen's perspective, so that's great too, and she gets to have these experiences and share them from her perspective, which adds something different too.
So what were your first impressions when you saw Star of the Seas? You've already been on Icon, which is pretty similar to this, but what was your first wow inspections? What did I say? Impressions.
Well, I mean, although we've been on Icon, it's still like gobsmacking to be here because it's such like a massive ship, and just like pulling into like the port, you just see this like massive cruise, and it's standing out in front of all of the other cruises. It's just incredible. And I mean, being on it is such a different experience. I guess you don't even feel like you're on a cruise. It's an incredible ship.
And I find with Royal Caribbean, like just the attention to detail, everywhere you look, everywhere you lay your eyes, it's beautiful. It's been created with such thought and all of these little details. When you look closely at everything, you can see that there's, I just saw this beautiful lounge in the promenade, and when I went up and looked more closely, I could see there were some plants, there were some little owls around it. Like every single thing that they do here is just beautifully designed.
And it's next level, isn't it?
It really is next level. And then when you couple that with, I mean, I'm sure you've seen all the crew here, the staff. They are like the happiest crew, the happiest staff I've ever seen.
Like whatever they're on, I need some of it. I need to be happy like them. Oh my God.
They just need the Royal Caribbean.
Right?
Exactly.
It just makes you feel
happy
so
drink.
great.
Yeah.
So you just feel so happy as well. So you're in this beautiful environment, and you're just being treated like family. So you just feel so good as well.
Yeah.
We were just in a press conference with the CEO. He says Royal Caribbean. Aussies say Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
What should we do?
I don't know.
Gosh.
I always feel like...
Did you think that?
Yes.
I did note that to myself because that's the American way of saying it.
Yes.
But as an Australian, I feel like I'm like putting something on if I say Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a bit of a show off. I don't know.
I'm the same. I'm like,
Maybe
do
we
a
just need to
change?
do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. I feel like once I start saying something, like I can't go back to saying it. Like I feel like I'll always say Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yes.
Instead of Royal Caribbean.
It is.
Caribbean.
It's the Aussie way.
It is.
Okay, so next question though, if is there something on the, because you have been on the Icon, what was different, and is there something that you didn't expect to see?
There's not really much that's different. I think there's a few things like the show is different. The Wizard of Oz is on Icon, and Back to the Future is on Star of the Seas. But I don't know. I think it is actually very similar. I mean, it is. It's the same ship. It's the same class of ship.
Okay, well, next question then is, how would you describe this ship to people who have never seen it before?
gosh, it's a feeling, really. It's like, it's just being on like the largest cruise in the world and having it like this experience is just insane. It's everything. It's so intricately like details in it. It's incredible just being here.
I feel like so there are so many parts of the ship that all come together to make the whole ship. So there are, I think it's 7 neighborhoods on board. And sometimes you're walking through like this Central Park that has like 33,000 plants, living plants in it. And you're walking through and it does feel like you're actually in a street, in Central Park. And on the Royal Promenade with all the different restaurants and bars, it feels like you're in the middle of a city. And then if you go down to Surfside, there's all of this stuff for kids, and there's like the carousel and the most amazing water play area that looks out over the back of the ship, and then there's places for adults. And I think I would describe it as a place where you can go as a family, and you can have these incredible experiences and time together, but then you can escape. So especially with teens, the teens can escape from the parents, but the parents can also escape from the teens. So you can have your time to yourself, and then you can come together, whether it's at dinner or at a show or just hanging out at a place like this. And spend time together. And I think one of the other things that stands out for me, especially when you're traveling with teens and with younger kids too, is that when you go on a cruise, you're there for the same period of time as everybody else is. So I know, especially as a single mum, a lot of the time when Em and I go away, especially when she was younger, she would make a friend at a hotel, but then they leave the next day. But when you come on a cruise, you're all here for the same amount of time. And like we've seen with the girls, they've just made these lovely friendships because they're here together for that period. And we've previously made friends on cruise ships that we're still friends with today. And I think that's really lovely. So I guess that's how I would describe it. Like, there's just so much to do together and apart. But then there's also the opportunity for kids to make these really, really nice friendships and form little relationships. It's lovely.
I think that's absolutely perfect. A perfect answer.
What do you guys prefer about cruising than traveling around the world or other places?
One thing that I love is that you only have to unpack once. Now, you don't want to see what our room looks like because we managed to keep it tidy for about 2 days. But I'm so thankful that we only have to try and pack it up once. We're not moving from place to place in different rooms because, it's a bomb site. So I think that's such a great thing. And I love that you go to different destinations again. So you're just unpacking once, but you're going to different islands, different stops, and you're able to explore without having to move around yourself. Yeah.
How would you describe it, Em?
I mean,
Yes.
Cruising in comparison to...
yeah, I mean, I love it because although you're in one place, like as you said, you don't have to unpack, but like even though you're just on this ship, it feels like you're in so many different places. Like you can be in the Aquadome where we are, and it's like a whole different environment to being in Central Park or Surfside or somewhere else on the ship, but you're still in one place and you're with like all your friends that you've made and everything, but you're just experiencing so many different things at like the same place.
Love it.
What's one weird or funny thing that's happened while you've been on cruises?
Oh goodness. Well, this one has a problem with screaming on slides. She every single time, honestly.
There are some incredible slides on this ship, actually, at the Category 6 water park on Thrill Island. I think there's 6 water slides.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And there's an amazing water slide that actually goes out over the side of the ship. And the girls yesterday, I think I blocked the whole thing out, but I was having a traumatic experience going down that slide, and they were in hysterics laughing at me.
If you think about it, like I'll just like start wetting my pants laughing. Like, it was so
I
funny.
was yesterday.
No, I was like,
insane.
I had to get out quickly and like cross my legs. I was laughing so hard.
Yes, well, we got down and we couldn't even get out. The lifeguard was like, come on guys, and we were just hysterical, lying in the bottom
they
of the
were literally in hysterics, and they want me to go back on it today to like repeat.
Because we go so high with you.
Oh, yeah.
It's so fun. And I guess that's what makes it scary.
What do you think of Coco Cay Island?
Oh God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
We really love that island because, again, there's so many options. There's beach clubs, there's a water park, There's big lagoon pools. There's the same standard of delicious food. I don't know if you guys ate there, but we had a burger and it was like so good. I just don't understand how kind of make your own burgers taste so amazing.
Yeah.
But
The bread, but then like with the cheese on
I
top
know.
of like
Yeah.
the burger, it's like it's just unmatched.
It is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe it's better because like you poured your own like love into it and making the burger that you
And you
like.
can choose what you want as well. So if like you don't like that, it just makes it automatically better.
Yeah, but it just has everything, and I think the water, the color of the water is just so
Oh, yeah.
spectacular. And again, it's just the vibe.
It
But
is.
a
Yeah,
lot
it
of I
definitely
feel the
is.
Royal Caribbean. It is. It's a vibe. It's such a
Yeah,
good
they make it so
time. It's
special.
friendly. It's happy. It is. It's special.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but because we've been cruising for a while, when you start a conversation with someone and you say, "Oh, I'm going on a cruise," and they go, "Ugh, I could never be on a cruise."
Yes,
I
I
hear that a
know.
lot, and I may have even been that person once.
Yeah.
How do you convince people to go on their first cruise? What do you say to those people?
I think definitely before Royal Caribbean, we might have been one of those people because we never experienced something like this and how amazing it can be. Because I guess your first perspective of it is like, oh, how can you be stuck on like a ship for 6 days and not get bored or be in these like circumstances? But it's so different on Royal Caribbean ships. It's amazing.
Actually, I think that's such a good point because I definitely was that person, and I do say that when people say to me, "How can you do it?" I would never cruise. But what I realized when we started cruising with Royal Caribbean is that the ship is the destination. So I always thought of it as where you were going. So in Australia, how we have like the South Pacific cruises, or New Zealand, or over here with Bahamas Caribbean. And of course that's appealing, and that is a draw card. But especially on the Icon class with everything that these ships have, the ship is the destination. The water park, the restaurants, all of the activities, the amazing theatre shows, the ice skating, and the water show, the aqua show. Like
the
there is so much to explore on the ship, and it's like the islands that you stop at are a little bit of the icing on the cake. Yes. So I think that's a big thing to tell people. And I mean, I guess you have to do it. Yeah. And once you do it, and I always say definitely choose Royal Caribbean because I just think they're the cut above.
They're elite.
They're unmatched. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, they really are.
Elite.
So, you're a teen travel writer. What are some of the amazing experiences that you've encountered with traveling to write an amazing story about your experiences?
Well, I've only recently just started writing for Escape, but I guess I've just had so many memorable experiences that I could have written about. And I mean, my last story that I'm kind of editing still was about flying to Bali by myself, which was definitely a big thing. Yeah, I've just started flying by myself this year, and it's really like an amazing kind of perspective, and you feel so independent. It's really good, yeah, and I guess I'm excited to write about more
How
places
old are
that
you,
we go.
Emily?
15.
And how come you were travelling on your own?
Well, because of my mum's tour company and her trips, she is already at destinations, and I guess I just want to fly up and meet her for a bit of a holiday. So I flew up to Bali, and she met me there from, where were you?
I was in Malaysia.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So we met there, and we had a bit of a trip, and we saw our friends, and it was really fun.
How'd you feel
Yeah.
flying by yourself, and any travel tips for teens that might be doing the same?
Well, I guess because I've had so much experience flying, and even with my mum, I kind of know the routine by now. So it feels like really, I guess, empowering to do it by yourself because you feel so independent and you just feel like a grown-up just walking through. But I guess you really, like, a tip is just like to take it in because you have to like want to remember it, and it's such like it was an important thing for me because I don't know, it was just really cool because I just felt so grown up, and yeah.
And I trust it too because she is, when kids travel by themselves, and of course under a certain age you'll get someone accompanying them and helping them, but it is like a very kind of standard process, you know,
Yeah.
checking in, going through security, and then getting through and going to the gate. So it is a fairly standard process that I think there's very little that can go wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm really proud of her. She loves it, and yeah, she made
I
it.
do. Yeah, exactly. I'm here in one piece, so
Well, yeah, but you did a few. She's done a few
Yeah.
before this, and even she flew up to meet me in Vietnam after She came on a mum and teens trip that I did, and then she wanted to stay a bit longer, and then we realised we had to extend her visa, which meant she needed to leave the country. So I just quickly bought her a return flight to Bangkok and chucked her on the plane, and off she went to Bangkok and back.
Yes, I was there for an hour, and I was back on.
How long did it take you to get there?
Oh,
It was about an hour and a half.
yeah.
I think,
Oh, wow.
It was very short. I think the overall trip was like 6 hours.
Did you bring any bags?
Just my lunchroom.
Yeah,
I just carried
literally.
it with like my phone and a charger,
Yeah.
and it was
You wouldn't even need. Did you? You needed a passport, right?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a passport.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all she really needed.
exactly just a quick stop at Burger King, and I was on my way back
That's
to
so
Vietnam.
cool.
Yeah.
You just talked about a mum and teen travel experience. So you have a travel company as well that takes people on holidays.
Yeah, so when Em and I first started traveling, I just had a lot of conversations with women, solo mums, but also women who have children and for whatever reason, maybe their partner or husband can't travel at the times that they want to and they want to get away. Just asking me, basically saying, can we come with you? And asking me how I did it. And I thought I would try some mum and kids trips. And I think another part of that is that when you're a solo parent, and this is kind of a universal thing, a lot of the time you're not invited on the group holidays.
Wow.
And it's not a personal thing. I think it's not a intentional thing, but you just really fall off the radar for those kind of invitations. So I wanted to create that kind of group holiday that I know solo mums are missing out on. So I do mum and kids trips, and now I've started doing mum and teens trips, and I also do a lot of women's trips, so women only, which is so amazing as well. So I go to Vietnam, the Philippines, the Maldives. I just returned from Borneo, so I did a women's trip and 2 mum and kids trips to Borneo. Where else? Cambodia. I have like a whole lot going on, and they're just really supportive spaces that I just love. And one of the big things I find for the women's trips and also for the mum and kids trips is that people form these really special friendships, and then they end up traveling together as well.
Other times.
Yeah. So it's great. I guess it's similar in a way, like we were saying with cruising, when you're there together for a certain period of time and you form these friendships that last longer than the holiday. And that's what I'm so proud to create, and I just find it really rewarding. And I think also for women, I feel like there is a lot of loneliness out there, and I feel like sometimes there's a lack of connection. And so to be able to create holidays for women as well, I have mostly solo women come on the trips, and then they form friendships with like-minded women as well. And so just creating a space where this can happen is just so rewarding.
How often are you guys traveling overseas?
I'm probably traveling every month or every couple of months. A little less.
It varies. Sometimes 0 a month, sometimes twice a month.
Sometimes she doesn't want to come with me. Sometimes
Yeah.
she does. It depends
Sometimes
how
we'll
appealing
book a
I make
flight
it.
like 2 weeks in advance, and I'll just hop on a plane.
Yeah.
And when did you realise you could turn it into a career?
Well, I guess for me, I can't survive off social media, that's for sure. But what I find is that social media, my Instagram and my Facebook, is a channel that enables me to connect with people who want to join my trips, for example. And so that then is how I can make an income. So I had a corporate job up until February this year, which I left, and now I do like a few different things. So I have my tour company. I do some sponsored work on Instagram and Facebook. I do my travel writing, so I earn an income that way. So I have a number of different streams, but while it's not directly an income from Instagram, it is all definitely related to social media, and that enables me to connect with people.
And then what about you? Is this what you want to do for a career now, Emily?
I think it definitely is going to be a big part of my career. I mean, I love traveling. I love traveling with my mum. It's something that I've been doing for ages. And I mean, now that I'm getting into travel writing, I feel like it's going to be a big part of my life now. And I'm really passionate about it. So, yeah, I think definitely.
Well, I think that we should all figure out a trip to go somewhere.
Oh, 100%.
Where do you want to go?
Well,
Yeah.
I really want to go to like another like beachy like Bora
Yes.
Bora.
We should go Bora Bora.
We could
Yes.
do the repositioning cruise
Oh my
from
god.
Hawaii when the ships come back to Australia and they go through.
Oh my gosh.
They go through Tahiti.
Yes.
Royal Caribbean reunion, guys.
Yes.
We're here for it.
Let's
Yes.
do it. Okay, I'll
We're
go.
here for it.
What do your friends think of you traveling so much? Like, even with the podcast, like, I miss some days with school, and even then my friends are like, you're missing so much school, and I'm like, not really. I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Yes, I'm a bit the same. My friends, most of the time, they're a bit jealous because they're like, oh my gosh, how are you traveling so much? Surely you're missing enough school. And I'm like, I mean, when you get a chance to do something like this, you take it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I wouldn't change anything for the world. I mean, if it misses some school, at least I can catch up, but I can't catch up on this. Like,
Yeah.
this is an unforgettable, like, you can't miss it experience. But yeah, I think my friends, they are really supportive of me traveling. They love what I do, and they always follow me, and they're always like, oh my gosh, like, what are you up to now? And I'm really lucky that I have really good friends that kind of support me and never really forget that I'm here even when I'm away.
Do you think you've learnt more from traveling than you have at school?
Yes, I do actually. I think definitely from my early years I learnt so much. Like, I learnt money management and kind of more about living in the real world and the experiences and the realities of things. But I definitely think you obviously need like the educational school part, but for my early years it was definitely like a big part of my education that kind of leveled me up in my real world kind of education, which was amazing.
And I've noticed on the cruise, having only known you for this cruise, you're very good at making friends immediately. You're very caring and inclusive.
Thank
and I
you.
reckon that would come from traveling and having to make friends quickly in
Definitely.
different locations.
Every stop there was a new friendship.
I like that. I like that Em can just walk into a room not knowing anybody and she feels comfortable, and I think that definitely is because of travel.
Yeah, definitely.
Back on the friend thing, I saw something the other day about types of friends, and we all have that friend that we need, that we ring in a time of crisis. But it's equally important to have that friend when you ring saying something amazing has happened to me,
Yeah.
and they're not jealous or judgy. And
Yes,
they're the
exactly,
top
yeah.
type of friends you both need to look for.
Yeah.
Ones that will celebrate your successes as much as they'll be
definitely.
there for your crises.
You know, that is so true. And I think if Em didn't have such supportive friends and feel so confident and comfortable with her friendships, she would be less likely to want to travel with me. But because she has those friendships, that she feels confident that she can go away.
Yeah.
I think that's so important.
Yeah, like I have a really small, like I have like a really close, small group that I'm really lucky to have, because they just support me in everything, and I'm so lucky that I have them, because everything that I tell them, they're always happy for me. They're always like asking like what's next, like, you know, trying to get information, and I'm just really lucky to have them. Yeah.
And Evie, you went viral for a post about all the weird things people have said to you traveling. Do you want to touch on that?
Yeah. I think anyone who's traveled in Southeast Asia would have probably had one of these experiences, if not more. You know, you'll just have a random Vietnamese lady say to you, "Oh, you're so fat," or my friends will say, "Evie, oh, you look so old now." Or you go into a shop to try something on, and they say, "No, get out. We don't have your size. You're too big for my clothes." It's just so funny, because it's not a nasty thing. It's just the reality of traveling in Asia, and they're very like blunt, and equally so, like, I've recently lost quite a bit of weight, and when I went back to Vietnam, honestly, they were falling over themselves to say, "Evie, oh, you look so good. I'm so happy for you. You're not fat anymore."
Did you go back just to show them?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that was part of it. Look at me now, girls.
I think we need to go to Europe, actually. I've made up my mind, Europe.
Yeah, because you don't want to be told.
I mean, Hawaii and things like that aren't
yeah.
Asia, but let's go to
I
Europe.
have done a Royal Caribbean cruise to the Greek islands, and
Oh my
it
God.
was
Yeah.
incredible. So maybe we can put that on the list.
Please.
Yes.
I love it.
Definitely.
All right, well, we'll start to wrap up, but I guess
Yeah.
I'd love to ask finally some tips on traveling as a teen and traveling as a solo mum.
Look, I really love traveling as a solo parent, because I find that I'm the decision maker. I mean, Em laughs because I'm not really. We both are, but I don't have another adult that I have to negotiate with around what we need to do. Look, I think if people are feeling like maybe travel could be scary, traveling by yourself, I feel like in this day and age, we're all so very connected. We have access to everything we need. You don't have to worry about if you forget something or, and we just, we're not overly careful when we travel, but we don't do silly things. Like I wouldn't go out at home in an unfamiliar place after dark, for example. We apply that when we're traveling as well. So I feel like, you know, as long as you're sensible about what you're doing, it is really, really achievable. I think like with anything, it's always scary before you go, before you do it. And once you're there, you'll find just how easy it is, how easy it is to travel. I think maybe a challenge as a solo parent can be that it is quite tiring. So when we were traveling for full time, for long periods of time, we would we'd stay very cheap in guest houses and often hostels and things. But then I'd book us a 5-star stay for 3 or 4 days, and I'd chuck Em into kids club, and I'd go and have a wine, and we'd both kind of have a break, and I'd blow off some steam. But there's certainly so many different ways to travel as well. You know, you can do all-inclusive stays, cruising. It makes it so easy. Or you can do things that are more challenging. But yeah, I guess my biggest tip is that you can do it. I always say, if I can do it, because I mess up all the time, you know, I'm bumbling around half the time. If I can do it, anyone can do it.
Yeah, what about you?
I guess for me, my biggest tip? Yeah, my biggest tip would just be do it. Like, say yes. As a teen, like, you're not going to get these memories back, and you're going to have them for so long. It's going to be what shapes you as an adult. Like, without traveling, I don't think I'd be who I am today. It's made my personality so much better and more, and I just have so many lifelong memories with you. And it's just don't say no, and don't take the time for granted with your parents, because before long you won't be with them, and you won't have these chances to go out with them and experience the world together. So
like group hug stuff.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
And here we were before we started recording talking about how difficult it is to travel with a
She's
team.
calling me a bitch.
No, she's perfect.
Gosh. Okay.
Well, I did see you write or do something about it's tricky to travel with a team.
yes,
Going
definitely. That
up
was
and
my
down.
first story with Escape. Yeah.
What was that?
It's just about, like, I guess parents might find it tricky because teens can be a bit temperamental to travel with. Sometimes they just have a lot of emotions, and I guess while they're growing up they might have like feelings that they don't want to be with their parents, or like it's like cringy or something. But just like including them in travel decisions and like including them in activities and stuff can like level up the holiday so much more, and just it makes your family work even more closer together because you're just...
I know that my mum wants to be my best friend, so I've just got to accept that.
Exactly, yeah, all over us.
Actually, one of the good tips in your story was about not policing their packing, which I took.
It came
and
back to bite me this
understood that.
trip.
Yeah, she did pack winter gear for this trip, which I
So
probably would
did
have said.
Millie.
Right.
Jeans on jeans and
So
like
crazy.
jackets. I'm like,
I don't
Yes, I brought my bomber jacket.
Yeah.
Bad decision. Although I have been wearing it most nights, so...
But I have to say, it is such a good tip because I would kind of oversee and say, why are you taking that? Why are you taking that? Why are you taking that? And it does, I didn't realise, but it was destroying her excitement of packing for the trip. And so even though she has packed a quite substantial winter wardrobe for 40-degree days.
I have used most of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the trade-off is to just let them do it because it just helps them enjoy. It's part of their process for having a great holiday.
And
so.
it teaches us as well to manage it if it goes wrong.
You did learn a lesson this time.
I did. I had to carry my what's it called,
A
clothing pack
one-packing
through
cube.
LA airport. That was not a highlight, but
I love it. They're both great tips.
yeah, exactly.
This and that? Yep. Now let's move on to this and that. You both know how to play this and that.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
Okay. Would you prefer deck chairs in the sun or a shady spot by the pool?
Sun, I reckon.
Shady spot by the pool because I'm looking after my skin, unlike you girls yesterday
Oh
at
yeah,
Coco
Coco K did us dirty.
were both in the exact same position as us.
Don't
Out
even
in
come
the
for
sun.
us. You have tan lines or burn lines, should I say?
I have the worst tan lines
back
because
one.
here's a funny story. I've got new swimmers and they have these see-through lines. I didn't put sunscreen there. I'm a zebra. I'm a human zebra.
I need to tell you that though. That's unfair to think that you would know to put it underneath. Is it like a meshy thing?
Yes.
Well,
unfair.
when you like took off your swimmers, I thought that it was like, oh gosh, I thought that it was like the slide because like the slide had like these like made like
Oh
marks
yeah, you
on
had
her
like
back.
red
yeah,
things
yeah.
there.
And I thought it was there, but then like at night she was backless top and she had these stripes. And it's like, Mum, what is happening? What is going on here?
Who needs a tattoo? Come to the Bahamas and get a weird ass tan.
Exactly.
Oh gosh. Biggest suitcase win or carry on only?
Carry on only. This is another tip actually very quickly, is that I find that I always pack for the size of the suitcase that I have, and I think most people do that too. So if I'm taking a big case, I might only need to half fill it, but then I think, oh, I've got all this space, so then I just put more and more and more things in, and then I never use them, and it's just a pain to drag around a big case.
Yeah.
If you're going carry on only, you take what you need, and I find that I always have more than enough.
Yeah, and I guess definitely in like a hot destination, you don't really need that much. It's shorts, top, swimmers.
You don't
That's
need
the
jeans, Emily.
necessities.
You don't need jumpers.
Well, so
Gosh.
at least me and Millie are on the same boat.
Yeah, I'm wearing my jeans
Yeah,
right
actually,
now.
hang on, you're on the
Speed.
same ship.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
sorry, same ship. My bad. Yeah.
Shore excursions or stay on the boat?
Oh, a bit
That's
of both. I
hard.
can't choose. Definitely like the boat. Like the boat is amazing, but then again, Coco Cay, like that was unmissable.
Yeah.
That was
I'm
insane.
torn. I'm torn. I'm going to
sure
say for this
excursions.
one, I'm going to say stay on the ship because I love Star of the Seas.
Okay.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Watch sunset or sunrise?
Sunset.
Sunrise.
Sunset. I'm not waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to watch a sunrise.
Hey,
Sunrise.
you were here at 5:30, weren't you?
Actually, I was here
Yeah.
this morning watching the sunrise, but the captain was going in the wrong direction, so I didn't see it.
One last one.
Sail days or dock days?
Oh, do you mean dock days
Is
as in
that the
like
same, like-
Coco Cay? Like Coco Cay
Yeah,
dock
like-
Actually,
days?
that's the same question. So yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
Do you want to do one more?
What
What can we think of? This or that?
Mocktails.
But okay, I've got
Wait,
yeah.
Mocktails or cocktails? I have my answer. Cocktails.
Exactly.
Cocktails by the beach or cocktails by the pool?
Cocktails by the beach.
I think I'm mocktails by the beach, but
Although I have to say, yesterday I went to the swim up pool here on board, and I had a cocktail in the swim up pool, and that was pretty good. We need to do that today. Emily and Jade.
No more work. Come on, live
Let's
your life. Have a little
go.
tan.
Swim and tonic is waiting for us.
yeah, you got
Let's
to tan
go.
over those new tan lines.
Cruising or travel destination?
Oh no. Well, if we can combine them.
Yeah.
Say.
I mean, Royal Caribbean kind of does that though.
Oh, that's
You're
true.
cruising and then you're a destination.
Yeah, that's it.
So I guess cruising is then.
I'm gonna choose a European cruise.
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah.
I love it.
gosh.
Well, Evie and Emily, honestly, we could keep talking to you for
I know.
hours and
Yeah.
hours.
Yes,
Well, we are.
But we'll do that in swim and tonic.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Exactly. We'll see you there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for joining us here at Star of the Seas. And if you're not following them, go to Mum Pack Travel for
it.
Evie. And Emily, what is yours? You're just starting it up
Mine
now.
is Emily.rebel with 2 L's at the end.
Love it.
Yep.
I love it. Well, it's
Thank
been
you.
a pleasure getting to know you, and thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank
and we
you
wish
so
you all the
much.
best.
Oh, we love you
Oh,
guys.
yes.
We're
We
so
love you.
happy that we got
Yes,
to meet you.
exactly.
Like created
I
such a
know.
bond
We have
together.
our like Australian group now.
Mum
Yeah.
and
Locked
daughter
in.
duo with the
Mums and
twins.
daughters.
Thank you.
Oh,
yeah.
I know.
Oh,
Thank you
exactly.
so much for having us.
Yes.
It was
Thank
lovely
you.
to talk to you.
Going to
don't-
Greece.
Yeah. Now, don't forget to follow us on the Move Over Mama podcast, all the streams, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Please share this if you like this episode, and if there's any tips that you think will be handy for your friends and family, subscribe and leave us a review, and we're going to catch you with another very special Star of the Seas episode next.
Over Mama with Emily Jade and Millie Valentine. My name is Teddy James. Thanks for listening. See you next week.